Alright, so in this video, I'm going to explain to you how you can make being disciplined so fun that it's hard to be inconsistent. Now, a lot of us, when we think of being disciplined, living a disciplined life, it can seem boring or unappealing because of how challenging it actually is. But I think you're coming at it from a wrong perspective. Understand that fun is not easy. It's boring. Like if there's no challenges, if there's no achievements, if there's no progression, what do you have left? That's extremely boring, and I find that unbearable. So I think initially we're coming at this from a bad perspective. I also think it's important to talk about what discipline really means. Like, what does it mean to be disciplined or to live a disciplined life? Well, what it doesn't mean is that you need to have a 4 to 5 a.m. strict regiment. It doesn't mean you have to do ice baths. Understand that you don't have to live like David Goggins in order to be considered disciplined. If you ask me, being disciplined just means that you're taking care of yourself. You're prioritizing things that are gonna make you better each and every day. I personally like to follow 4 things every single day. That is to pray, to meditate, to train footy and work out, and to work on my craft. Now, for me, my craft is football, my AI agency, and my content. Like this video that I'm making right now. This is my craft. This is what I like to do. And as long as you're doing these 4 things, whatever or however that looks for you, that means you're living a disciplined life. The reason that I've named these 4 things is because they're gonna get you closer to reaching your full potential in mind, body, and spirit, which is ultimately what we're after. God has given us these gifts, these amazing capabilities in these 3 realms of life: mind, body, and spirit. And I think it would be extremely foolish to take these things for granted and not see what we're capable of as human beings, as God's creation. So that's what being disciplined is. Now, that doesn't mean you're gonna be performing at your best every single day. I mean, that's just unrealistic. I have days where I go to practice and I just play terrible. I'm tired, my body hurts. I also have days where I don't wanna do cold calls for my business and I don't wanna record content. But being disciplined means, regardless of how you feel, you're gonna put your best foot forward. And as long as you put your best foot forward every single time, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. And that's the reality, because that's the way we were designed. But a lot of us get overwhelmed by the idea of being disciplined. We often paint this image in our heads that the idea of being disciplined is this daunting thing, this unachievable, unclimbable mountain that's somewhere off in the distance. But the fact is, it's not. It's just not. And the craziest part is that you can be disciplined whenever you want, because that's what it is, a choice. You can choose to dedicate time in your day to prioritize yourself, to become a better person. And the reason this is appealing and it shouldn't be looked at as this daunting thing is because that's where you really get the full experience of life. And it took me a while to figure this out, but that's what I want the main message of this video to be, is that if you truly want to experience everything life has to offer to its fullest, you're only going to get that opportunity when you decide to live life as disciplined as you can. Because what that means is that there's a starting point and an end point. That is where you currently are and where you're trying to get. And discipline is going to be the vehicle that gets you from point A, where you are now, to point B, where you want to be. Now, the question is, will we ever reach point B? The answer is no. Now, that might sway a lot of you away or make you guys feel some type of way about it, but it shouldn't. Okay, and let me explain. The thing that gives us fulfillment is the process. Think of point B, your end point, as a championship, a trophy. And if you guys currently play a sport or have ever in your life, you know that the trophy doesn't mean anything unless you guys put in the work day in and out and are willing to work those extra hours. And you put in blood, sweat, and tears into becoming worthy of holding that trophy. That's what makes it valuable. That's why it's so desirable to know that you prove to yourself that you're worthy of holding that trophy. You prove to yourself that you're capable of achieving things that you want to accomplish. And imagine this, someone came up to you and just gave you the trophy with your name printed on it. And you didn't go through a painful process, the suffering, the struggle, the grind. It doesn't mean anything. And this analogy applies the exact same way to life. If you just get handed everything in life, it's really hard to appreciate or feel like you've earned what you have. And that is where you experience true fulfillment. You can only get that in life by being disciplined. Because again, discipline is going to be the vehicle that gets you from where you are now to where you want to strive to in life. It gets you from being that person that you currently are today and evolving into the person that you want to become. And that is true fun. It's more than fun. It's beautiful and it's poetic, and I can't imagine living life any other way. Now, I want to make something really clear. I'm not perfect. Face the same struggles that you do. I don't perform at my best every single day. I mean, I try, but if I did, I would be aiming for perfectionism. And as I said before, perfection is just unrealistic. It's unattainable, but that shouldn't push you away from striving to be the best version of yourself that you know you can be. Because that's living a fulfilling life, a rewarding life. And that is a beautiful, treacherous journey. And I describe it that way because it's poetic. I mean, it's like it's straight out of a movie. And just like a movie, there are ups and there are downs. There are gonna be moments on this journey where you're gonna feel lost. You're gonna feel like quitting. You're gonna fail and you're gonna have to get back up over and over again. And you will have to put yourself in the face of danger and adversity, and you will have to learn how to adapt and prevail over these things. But with time, you will learn as long as you do not quit, because that's the only way you can truly fail. You will grow into a stronger, more equipped version of yourself that you have ever been. And yeah, bro, 90% of the time, your life is gonna be hard. You're a man, so get used to it. And if you stick through the hard 90%, that other 10% is beautiful. Trust me, it's worth all the pain you go through. You will hit those moments where your head's above water or you hit the top of the mountain, and you'll look back and see all that you've done, all that you've accomplished, all that you have sacrificed and overcome, and that should be enough to keep going. So just a reminder that you're doing great, bro. Keep pushing, keep going, and don't quit. And if you found value from this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Let me know what's been the hardest thing on your journey that you've overcome so far. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.